What's up, guys? This is AZ Wallbreaker here, and you're watching my channel, Wallbreakers, here to inspire you to be epic, be legendary. If you are a new or old viewer, I just want to say thank you again for checking out this video. And if you like this video, please subscribe, hit like, and share this video. Alright, today I am going to talk about my top 10 Wallbreaker moments when I visit New Zealand. For those of you who are new, I went to New Zealand in May 2017. It was the first time my wife and I got to check it out, and I just want to share my 10 awesome moments that I didn't think I would do, but I did it. So here we go. Number 10, flying. Okay, now some of you might be wondering, okay, what's flying got to do with it? I mean, we all fly, a lot of people fly. So what? The reason I put this as number 10 because this is the longest flight I have ever done in my life. Flying from eastern United States all the way to Wellington, New Zealand is a marathon. It is the marathon of flights. I did a 22-plus-hour flight going from Raleigh, North Carolina to Dallas, Texas, all the way to Sydney, Australia, then into Wellington, New Zealand, which that was our first day there on a trip. I did not think with all the flights I have done that this would be a challenging flight, because you are on the plane for over a day and you have no way to get a shower, you can't brush your teeth, it's just uncomfortable. You're sitting on your butt, and it drove me nuts that I had to sit for so long that I had to move and get up. I don't know how a lot of people, including my wife, sat for so long in one seat for so many hours. It drove me crazy that I had to stand up and walk around and move about. The good thing is that as I was going out there, I got to talk to Australians. I got to tell them what they think of the United States and what I think about the United States, which I told them it was an awesome country. I hope they liked it and enjoyed it. And I learned what I could expect from going to New Zealand and Australia. Number 9. Driving on the left side. Alright, I have never driven on the left side. I have never been to a country that's driven on the left side until I came out to New Zealand. At first, when I came with my wife to rent a car, I decided to let her drive first because she had experience. She went to Australia when she was a teenager with her parents. Her parents let her drive, so she had the experience. She's seen driving on the left side. The interesting part about that is, even though I told myself left side, left side, left side, left side, and I was thinking left side the entire time, I saw videos on the left side. When we actually got in the car, we started to drive, and we made that turn, my mind just melted. Like, what the hell is going on? How is this feasible that I can't even wrap my mind around this concept of driving on the left side when we're actually doing it? It was really crazy, but I have to say that after you see it, you get used to it and you adjust. I got the opportunity to drive on the left side for a bit. It was a little challenge at first, but once you see how it works and you get your body and mind used to it, it's no different than driving on the right side. So if you decide to rent a car and go out to countries that drive on the left side, don't panic, don't freak out, just relax, take your time, just go it slow and just follow the speed limit, don't go fast. Just take it easy, just take it baby steps. If you have to take it slow, take it slow. Just don't get into any accidents like I did, well, my wife did. So just make sure that you be safe if you're new to driving on the left side. Number 8, Te Papa. Te Papa is the most famous museum in New Zealand. It's in the capital of New Zealand, which is Wellington. It is a very awesome museum that you should check out if you visit New Zealand. Great way to check out the Maori culture. Great way to check out New Zealand nature. And the most important one that I loved the most was the Gallipoli exhibit. It was, for those of you who are not familiar with the Battle of Gallipoli, it was a battle in World War I, which the British, French, New Zealanders, Australians came. They wanted to take over certain parts of Turkey to knock out Turkey out the war. Unfortunately, the war was not going according to plan, as the Turkish were very war-hardened after fighting many wars before, and they knew the territory well because they're Turkish and they've lived there for so long, and the Allies did not know a single thing about fighting on Turkish territory, and they ultimately, it was an embarrassing loss, if you ask me, as they had to retreat and leave, and the war continued. But the Gallipoli exhibit is very awesome. I enjoyed it. I love the statues and how it was so realistic. From the guy who directed Lord of the Rings, did a phenomenal job in setting that up. I really enjoyed it. Had a great time. So please check out Te Papa in Wellington, New Zealand. It is worth it. Number 7, wine. If you love wine, you'll love New Zealand wine. In my opinion, we decided to go wine tasting. Fortunately, we went in May 2017. There's not many tourists and the locals are still at work or at school. So we took this opportunity to check out wineries, and we had a blast. Well, New Zealand has so many wineries to check out. It was unfortunate that we didn't have more time to check out more, but they are so good. We took in our bags about 4 bottles of wine. Also, when we were in Australia, I was so worried about losing all of them that I drank an entire bottle by myself. My wife didn't drink any, I don't believe. She did. She drank a sip, but I was so worried that I was like, I'm gonna drink all this wine because it's so good, and I don't want to, if I lose my wine for whatever reason, I want to just say that I drank just one of them going back. Fortunately, all of the 4 bottles came with us. They're still sitting around waiting to be tasted. I'm just waiting for that special occasion to pop one open and just savor each sip. Number 8, driving in New Zealand snow. If you are not familiar with New Zealand is you have your major cities such as Wellington, Christchurch, Auckland, but in between them there is nothing but farmland. The last thing you want to do is get stranded in the middle of nowhere in New Zealand, and that is what happened to us as we were leaving the country. We were leaving the country to go to Sydney, Australia, and we tried to leave early as possible. I checked the weather and it was snowing, but at first we left from Wanaka, New Zealand to go to Queenstown, which is about an hour away. We started to go, there was no snow, it was good, and then it started to snow, and I didn't panic at first, but as we kept going towards Queenstown, the snow got heavier and worse, and we got into an accident. But before we got in an accident, there was already an accident between a truck and another tourist who got in an accident before us, and they blocked traffic. And the last second, my wife saw the accident and she had to turn away last second. Unfortunately, we didn't avoid the accident. We got hit, or we hit the accident that happened before us, and we got stranded. The worst thing about being stranded in New Zealand is that cell phone service sucks. I'm telling you right now that if you get stranded in New Zealand and you're trying to use your cell phone, I'm telling you right now that you're going to have issues trying to call out to the New Zealand police. Fortunately, we drove a little bit for what we tried to fix, but our car just started smoking. But a New Zealand policeman came by, called our rental company, got a truck, a moving car truck, whatever, I can't think tonight, and the New Zealand policeman took us to the airport in Queenstown, and we made it to our flight. So hallelujah, we were lucky that day. Number 5, New Zealand beauty. New Zealand is a very spectacular country. It is the main reason why Lord of the Rings is there. I mean, the land mass is beautiful. Now, the beaches are not well known, and I think they're underestimated at times, but they are gorgeous too. I mean, you can't go wrong with New Zealand. I mean, especially when you go inside the country, you got mountains, you got gorgeous rivers, stunning trees. You can't go wrong. The nature in New Zealand is spectacular. You will love it if you are a nature lover, or you just love seeing stuff like that. And I would recommend that you take the opportunity to check out New Zealand's beauty and go to places like Te Anau or the Milford Sound. Number 4, Hobbiton. Alright, if you are a big Lord of the Rings fan, why haven't you gone to New Zealand? Seriously, why haven't you gone to New Zealand? Hobbiton is a fun place to visit. It is wonderful. I suggest that you do it at the raid. Yes, when we went on our tour to Hobbiton, it was piss pouring rain. There's nothing we could do about it. We already bought the tickets, but we were determined to go do the tour, and it is worth it. We had a wonderful tour guide who showed us around. She was wonderful. Her name was Jewel, and we only had a few people because it was raining. No one wants to go out to see a tour when it's raining, but I recommend it because it felt good having a private tour guide who showed us around. I had to try a Fiora, which is a Fiora, I believe it's called, which is like a custard apple, a sour apple that has a custard filling, banana filling to it, and it's really good. I mean, some people don't like the outer parts of the Fiora because it's sour. I loved it. I ate the entire thing, but it's the custard, the creamy sweet custard of it that so many people like about it. Also, when we got to see the set of the Lord of the Rings is amazing to be able to walk around, and the director of Lord of the Rings owns a lot of the property out there, so it's amazing how they, even after the moves have been made, that they've kept up with it, and they refuse to let it to go downhill, which is wonderful, because I would love to return to Hobbiton, this time with sun and no rain. But Hobbiton is definitely worth it. You got to go to the inn, and you got to get some nice beer, sit around the fire, get to relax with other tourists who are visiting. I loved it. It was nice. It was very, very relaxing and enjoyable. And we got to talk to different people from all over the world, which is fun. I love that experience. So Hobbiton is definitely worth it. It is something I would love to return. Number 3. First bungee jump. Alright, if you haven't seen my videos, please check them out, but I got the opportunity to bungee jump for the first time in my life. Now, some of you might be thinking, what made you want to jump off the sky tower? Well, why not? It is something that is a totally crazy experience. When I did my first bungee jump off the sky tower, which is 392 meters high, it is very interesting. It is the best way to check out Auckland. Jumping off the sky tower. Not a lot of people do it, and you can see why, because it's tall. You're jumping off a tall building, and you don't want to get crushed like an ant getting stepped on. But it is worth it. The crew there, they're safe. They make sure you're safe. They're very professional, and they will make sure that you live. And once you do it, it is a life-changing moment, a wall-breaking moment, because you got over your height. You got over something that not many people will do because of the fear factor that comes into it. It is worth it, and you will feel alive, like your soul will be rallying in your body. I loved it. I would do it 1,000 times more if I had the opportunity to go back there. It's worth it. So if you're not afraid of heights, or you want to get over your heights while seeing a great view of New Zealand, do it. Number 2, skydiving 15,000 feet in Wanaka, New Zealand. Alright, so I got to skydive 15,000 feet. Why, you might ask? Again, just like the Sky Tower. Why not? Jumping out of a plane is a lot of people will say it's crazy. They would rather not jump out of a good working plane, but it's something to do because Wanaka is such a gorgeous city when the sun is up, and it is worth seeing the landmass. And it goes back to New Zealand beauty. It's so much better when you see it different angles and different frames that it's just crazy. And doing that, I got to see a side of New Zealand not many people get to see, because I mean, who jumps out of the planes often? Not many people. So I went with this company, Skydive Wanaka. They're an awesome company. They're really great. If you decide to skydive with that company, get the full package. You won't regret it. If this is your first time skydiving, do it and you won't regret it. New Zealand is gorgeous when you see it from a bird's eye view, and the crew is very professional. They're cool, they're awesome. They make sure you'll have a good time, you'll be relaxed, and you just do it, and you just take in the view and just go with it. So if you decide to skydive with Skydive Wanaka. They're awesome. They're very cool. I'll post their website down below so you can check them out and reserve your place. Number 1. This one is very important for me, and my number 1 Wallbreaker moments is experiencing New Zealand with my wife. My wife and I, we love traveling all over the world. We've been to Iceland, we've been to France, we've been to Canada, we've been to so many places together that just going to New Zealand and experiencing together was the best thing in our marriage. It was really good for me to see her be happy, to see a new country that she has never been, as well as seeing me do crazy stuff such as bungee jump and skydive. It's just seeing her reaction and seeing her be happy for me as I was happy for her, doing stuff for her. The main reason I did this trip, New Zealand, Australia, was because my wife graduated from her school as a social worker, earning her master's degree, and I just wanted to show her how proud I was as a husband, as a friend, that she deserves a trip like this after years of hard work and effort to get to where she is today. And I'm very proud of her that she is my wife. And we've been through a lot together. We've made mistakes for each other, but at the end of the day, we still love each other, and we push ourselves to help one another out to be better than what we were yesterday, and so we can be better for the future. So this trip was awesome. It was fun. We enjoyed it, and those were my top 10 moments of New Zealand. Right. Again, thank you for checking out this video. If you like this video, please hit like, subscribe, share this video, and I will be posting some tips of traveling to New Zealand, Australia, and check out my other videos. Check out my trips. So, and that'll be all. So I'll be seeing you later, and remember,